Okay. Last class we have seen how to solve Fredholm integral equation. For that matter, we have seen only Fredholm integral equation which is homogeneous of second kind. We just write that Fredholm integral equation of second kind, and that was nothing but y of x is equals to lambda integral a to b. Since it was Fredholm, it was just constants a to b, a kernel kxt y of t dt, and then we assume that we have separable kernel. And then we assume our kernel to be in this form kxt, that was summation I from 1 to n aix bit. Again we said this aix and bits, those are linearly independent functions. Then we got we denoted something called ci, that is, let me write those also. So let me check what is that ci. Ci was, or y of x, after substitution and all, we got y of x is equals to lambda summation I from 1 to n your function aix and then ci. So if you know the values of ci, that means you have the solution. Now in this case we denoted that ci to be integral a to b bit y of t dt. That is your ci. Now from that we got this, we substituted and we did all those things, and then we got something called as system of equation. That system of equation, let me write again. System of equations, it was something like this, ci minus lambda summation j from 1 to n aij cj equals to 0. Our I was 1, 2 up to n, and for that this aij, we wrote this aij to be integral a to b bit ajt dt, right? And then we had something called as this. For this system we found d lambda, that's a determinant, that was like this: 1 minus lambda a11 minus lambda a12. Likewise we have minus lambda a1n, then minus lambda a21, 1 minus lambda a22 minus lambda a2n, and finally minus lambda an1 1 minus lambda a and n. It was the determinant of your coefficients. Then we notice that if lambda is equals to 0, then d lambda is nothing but 1, and actually it's a polynomial in lambda of degree at most n. And again, if d lambda is not equals to 0, the system will have only trivial solution, that is 0 solution. And if all ci's are 0, then your solution y of x is 0, that is your trivial solution. And hence, to find the non-trivial solution, we are finding those values of lambda for which d lambda equals to 0. And when you put this d lambda is equals to 0, you will have a polynomial of degree at most n. To find the lambdas for which d lambda is equals to 0, that value of lambda is called eigenvalue, and the corresponding function is called eigenfunction. That's what we have seen in the last meet. So here let us take one example and follow the entire procedure again. I think I have given the example. I don't remember.
Yes, sir.
Solved.
So tried, but what should we take as summation? I didn't get.
Okay, y of x is equals to lambda integral. I don't know whether this is the same problem. 0 to pi by 2 cos x sin t y of t dt. Same problem, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this case, remember whatever we have discussed can be applied at least till now for only Fredholm integral equation which are homogeneous and your kernel has to be separable kernel. Now in this case there is no function over here, there is f function. That means it's a homogeneous Fredholm second kind, and in this case our kernel, let me write that here, kernel kxt is nothing but cos x sin t, and definitely it's a separable kernel in which your summation has only one term, and your a1x is nothing but this ax, and b1t is nothing but b of t. Whatever, there is no problem over there. So this is, I can say, separable kernel. So let's take this equation. We have y of x is equals to lambda integral 0 to pi by 2 cos x sin t yt dt. And in the next step what we have done was we have taken that cos function outside, I mean that x coefficients outside. Now fortunately we have only one term here, so we have only one integral. So this is lambda cos x, we take that outside, and then we have integral from 0 to pi by 2 sin t yt dt. You cannot take this sin t outside because you are integrating with respect to t, and the sin of t is a function of t. That's very simple thing, common sense we can see. So next step was we have taken that whatever integrals we had as ci. Now in this case we have only one function, so let us take c. So let c is equals to integral 0 to pi by 2 sin t yt dt. And if you take this c as this integral, we have, this implies y of x will be lambda c, this y of x, lambda c cos x. If you want, you can write the equation numbers. Take this, which equation? Cos lambda. Okay, you take this as equation number 1. You take this c as equation number 2. You take this as equation number 3. So now what you do is you take this c here and substitute this y in c, in this 2. In short, what I am saying is you take this 3 equation and put in equation number 2. Clear? So substitute, let me write that. Substitute. Sorry?
I got lambda is equal to 2 after.
You solved it?
Yeah.
Yes, lambda is equals to 2.
I also got
2 cos
lambda
of
is equal
c.
But c, you cannot cancel c, remember that.
Yeah. So 2 cos x c is something.
Okay, let me write this. Substitute 3 into we will get this c is equals to integral 0 to pi by 2, sin t was there, and then you have to take y of t, and that y of t will be nothing but lambda c is constant, and then your cos x will become cos t and dt. So for this integral, your lambda c is constant, you can take outside the integral 0 to pi by 2, you have sin t cos t dt, and obviously you should know all the rules, all the techniques for integration. Now in this case, you can make this as sin 2t by dividing and multiplying by 2, so that will be equal to lambda c by 2 integral 0 to pi by 2 by using the formula of sin 2t. Sin 2t is nothing but 2 times sin t cos t. So you adjust 2 and then 2 times sin t cos t is sin 2t dt. Then you integrate, that is lambda c upon 2 integral of sin is nothing but minus cos 2t, then what, divide by 2 or multiply by 2. It's a composite function where your composite function that is linear, divide by 2. When you multiply, when you differentiate, you have to multiply by the derivative, and when you integrate, you have to divide by the derivative. Then your limits are 0 to pi by 2. That's your integrand, and that will be equals to lambda c by, take this as 4, and here we'll have minus cos pi, 2 cancels out, minus cos pi plus cos 0, and that was nothing but
minus 0. Minus cos. Right.
what happened?
Right, sir.
Add. Okay, this is nothing but lambda c by 4. Cos of pi is minus 1, minus plus 1. 1 cos 0 is plus 1, and this is nothing but lambda c by 2 cancels out 2. Yeah, 2 cancels out. So the equation what you will get is c is equals to lambda c by 2, and definitely you don't cancel this c, because when you cancel c, you assume that c is not equals to 0, and definitely from here you will get lambda is equals to 2. Assuming that lambda that c is not equals to 0, you can cancel. By assuming that c is not equals to 0, you can cancel. Then lambda is equals to 2, and that lambda is equals to 2 is nothing but your eigenvalue. This is eigenvalue of your integral equation. So from 3 you have y of x is equals to lambda c cos x. As far as possible, try to find the value of c. If you can't, let it be. Won't make any difference, but you won't get the exact solution. This is eigen function. In this case, there is no other way to get the value of c, so can't help, that's okay. If you have any other method, you can go with. This is not the unique way. So whenever you have an integral equation and the question is to solve the integral equation, any method you have, you can go with. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to use these methods only. Take the another one. We'll take 3-4 examples and then we'll wind up this. Follow the same procedure. Y of x is equals to lambda integral 0 to 1 2 times e raised to x plus t y of t 18. Try to solve this. Y of x is equals to lambda integral from 0 to 1 to e raised to x plus t yt dt. Remember one thing, you can apply this method only if you have second kind Fredholm integral equation with homogeneous, which is homogeneous and separable kernel. Try to get the solution of this. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So,
Yes, next. Now let us take a kernel wherein you have two terms. Y of x lambda integral 0 to pi sine x plus t y of t dt. Remember, you should have separable kernel. Try. Yes, what these two equations?
Yes, sir. Lambda is equal to 2 by pi.
Got these two equations? Last two equations? C1 minus
Yes,
lambda pi
sir.
by 2
Yes,
C2
sir.
equals to 0 and lambda pi by 2 C1 minus
Yes, sir.
C2 equals to 0. Okay. Now from these two equations you have to solve this and get the values of the unknowns. Now in this case d lambda, the coefficient matrix that and determinant of that coefficient matrix is 1 minus lambda pi by 2 lambda pi by 2 minus 1. This is equals to minus 1 minus plus lambda square I square by 24. And then if this is not equals to 0, if this is equals to 0, get the values of lambda, and for which you will have a trivial solution. For non-trivial solution you have to find the values of lambda for which this d lambda is equals to 0, and hence let me write to get non-trivial solution d lambda is equals to 0, and this implies minus 1 plus lambda square by 4 is equals to 0. Lambda is equals to, find the values of lambda. What is lambda?
2 by pi.
Hmm?
2 by pi.
Only only 2 by pi?
So
Plus or
minus 2 by
minus
pi.
2 by pi.
Yeah, plus or minus
Plus or minus.
2.5. So these are your eigenvalues. Now for these values your determinant does not become 0, and hence you may have or you will have non-trivial solution. So to get you take lambda is equals to plus, find the solution, you take lambda is equals to minus and take the solution. So put, let us take plus first. Lambda is equals to 2 by pi. So get the values of C1 and C2. Let's see what happens. Solve the system. Get the values of C1 and C2.
So we'll get C1 equal to C2, right?
Yes. From 4 and 5, we get C1 equals to C2, and this implies we will have infinitely many solutions. And what are the solutions? Y of x is equals to lambda C1 sin x plus lambda C2 plus cos x. Put the values. Lambda is 2 upon pi. Then let us take C1 itself. C1 sin x plus lambda is 2 upon pi. C2 is nothing but C1 cos x. So in simple things we can write 2 upon pi C1 sin x plus cos x. So for your lambda is equals to 2 by pi, this is your eigenfunction. And similarly you put lambda is equals to minus 2 upon pi. What is C1 C2?
C1 is minus C2.
Yes, sir. C1 is equal to minus C.
Minus C2. In that case you will have y of x is equals to minus 2 by pi. So lambda C1 sin x, and then minus C2. So minus C2 is nothing but again C1. So minus minus becomes plus 2 upon pi C1 cos x. So if you want to write this in simple things, it is 2 upon pi C1 cos x minus sin x, and these are your eigenfunctions. You try this. You will get many examples on that MD Singhania book. Pi of x equals to lambda minus 1 to 1 5 x t cube plus 4 x square t plus 3 xt pi of t dt. You want time for this? Now in this case you have a separable kernel, and in that separable kernel you have 3 terms, so that summation has 3 terms. So you'll have C1, C2, C3. You want time for this?
Yes, sir.
Should I wait?
So you want, if there are more problems, then you can.
I don't have any. I mean, other problems you will get it on MD Singhania. If you want time, you solve it. Otherwise, we can go for the next one. Should I wait?
Yes, sir.
Okay, continue then. The next part, what you need to do is this. So for this, what we have assumed is we have a Pradham integral equation which is of second kind and which is homogeneous with separable kernel. So next part is you assume that, or you take your integral equation to be non-homogeneous. Pradham integral equation of second kind with separable kernel. And to be precise, to write this equation, we have y of x is equals to.
Sir, screen is not available.
Screen is not available, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
wait.
screen is not visible.
Now,
Yes, sir, visible.
yeah. So now in this case, what we are taking is non-homogeneous Fredholm integral equation of second kind with separable kernel. And to write this, let me write y of x is equals to fx, which is your that non-homogeneous part, plus lambda integral a to b. Since we are taking Fredholm integral equation, those are constants, and you have a kernel which is separable kernel kxt yt dt. Now here, as in the last class, we assume that lambda is real and this kxt is separable or degenerate. Do the same things what you have done for the last time, but one thing you have to remember, that this fx is the extra part which is added here. So you assume that your kernel kxt is separable, that is summation aix bit. You substitute, do all those things, you will have ci same as last time, that is integral bit yt dt. But the care what you have to take is you have fx. See what are the things you can do and get some equations and try to solve this. And once you are done with this, we will take some examples. So that things we will see in the next meet. Maybe that will be tomorrow. I'll see if I can take for ty. If not, we will start by 10.